doing today? Bro, my mic wasn't even on again. Yeah, I know. No audio. Don't worry. I got it. I fixed it. Told you, I'm distraught. I'm distraught over that loss. I have no idea what we're doing anymore. Anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, supposed to go live today at 8:45. Switched up. We're gonna go live tomorrow at 8:45, just so everybody knows. And then, of course, we're gonna do the hangout stream and stuff like that too. But switch day so I could watch the Panther game. Probably shouldn't have. Probably would have done better if I didn't. Just let them do their thing, you know? But it's too late now. Now we're going to do a little hangout stream, have a couple drinks, talk some shit, you know, and just kind of kick back and relax. Try to put the loss behind us, you know? And then, yeah, apparently we're having all types of difficulties today with the mic turn. Hopefully the mic's charged. That would suck. Tuxio says, bro, if the Oilers pull it off, I'm going to be so happy for Skinner. Oh, that's cool. I'll have one of my mods kick you out. If that's what we're doing today. Mr. Mouse, I picked the wrong week to quit lip reading. I like to keep you on your toes, you know? I think I did that last stream, too. Drink of the night. The first one. Just want a little warm-up, you know? This is the Handy and Scheller Old Fashioned Premix made with the Buffalo Trace stuff. Here, let me see if I can't zoom in a little bit for you guys on that one. Now that I know how to do that. That's what it looks like. So that's what we're working with for the first one. I'll probably break into some early times. I think that'd be kind of cool to drink a little bit tonight of. And then you guys know how I do. I'll probably end up having to pour damn near everything. Tuxedo Cat says McDavid can suck it though. Best players in the world, my ass. Bro, I'm so over the Oilers right now. I'm over the Panthers too. Like that, I can't stand watching it. I'm watching the same play on both ends. I'm watching Panthers just flick it up the ice. I'm watching the Oilers kind of huddle around, flick it back to McDavid, and watch him try to, you know, turn into the Flash and bolt up there. Like, get the fuck out of here. But it's the same shit every time. It keeps working. So, like, maybe the coach needs to hire me. Whatever. Let's see. Tuxu says, one of your mods? I mean, your newly appointed henchman? THC says, I got some Corona and limes going tonight. Simple. I used to love Corona and limes when I drank beer, though. I don't drink beer too often anymore. Did you see the new Corona that's out, apparently? It's like, got like orange and lime already like pre-mixed in. It looks good. Looks good. Definitely like a beach summer vibe going on for that Corona. I forgot I had the second camera. Just this. It's only 84 proof, so it's a little eh. I wish it was more, but can't complain. I drank the hell out of it, so I got that like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Mitch Mom says, I cracked the Elijah Craig single barrel proof. Private barrel store pick tonight. I really enjoyed it. Cocoa, vanilla, and a nice hug at a 129.9 proof. It sounds delicious. I don't have any more Elijah Craig barrel proof or any of that anymore. I just have the small batch. Yeah, it's down here. 94 proof. I'm not going to that. AS says sober now, but I like your vibe. Looks fun. It is fun. And sorry, I don't know what to say to that. I'm glad you're sober. Drinking's expensive. TC says, yeah, bro, not too fond of the premix. I'm all down for mixing my own. I am too. But like when it comes to like the stream stuff, I do like to test out some. Like I do like to try and see like where what they're working with. I just didn't feel like breaking out all the extra stuff to do it tonight because I'm not doing it in the kitchen. If I was in the kitchen, it'd take me 2 seconds. Steve is back. He's like, so I inhaled your wife's fart yet? Lime a bong toke? Okay. Steve's always weird when he comes here. Mr. Hugo says, trying that Jim Beam Black 7-year tonight. Pleasantly surprised. I paid 21 for it at Win Dixie. Sold by. Bro, I love the Jim Beam Black 7. I'm not allowed to drink it on stream anymore because people keep telling me I bring it up again. But I've almost killed my bottle. I'm definitely getting another one. I didn't pay 21 though. I paid like 18 or something like that for it. But I only got the 750. But yeah, I'm very impressed with that 7-year. 7-year to me is probably one of my favorite low budget. It is my favorite low budget, low proof bottle. So Mr. Mom says, Hugo, I'm looking forward to trying that one. It's a good one. To me, it's like when you buy it and you spend that little, you're not expecting a lot. And when it gives you that flavor through the age, you're like, whoa, okay. A little $21, a little under 20 bucker. It makes you happy that you spent low money for that much flavor. The proof, if you want higher proof, you got to spend more money. But I think it's a fair trade-off. I tried it a couple more times in a mixer. Not on stream. I'm not the biggest fan of it as a mixer. I should make an old fashioned with it. Oh. Let me just I don't know. Maybe one day. Not tonight though, because I don't want to have to break out all the stuff. But maybe that's what we do tomorrow. We'll do one of those as well. Put away the cherries. Let's see. Let's break down the early times here. There we go. A little bottled and bond action. But yeah, what are you guys all drinking on? We know THC's drinking on some Coronas. Tuxedo Cat's probably drinking on like a Sex on the Beach or something. Mission Mom says, I enjoy the Jim Beam Double Oak occasionally. I'm going to say it falls in that same category, except for I feel like this one's just a little bit better. The flavors are more individualized. Like you can tell what's there, so it feels a little bit more expensive than it is. But obviously it's not. You're focusing on 2 to 3 notes at best. It's a Cosmo tonight. There you go. I almost said Cosmo, but I didn't. So Sex on the Beach just sounded girlier, so that's what I went with. We're watching the kid tonight too. We got him pulled up. Jason in the chat says, just made my own alcohol with Tropicana raspberry lemonade. Made your own alcohol? What do you mean? You making a little toilet wine? Or wine in general? Bro, guy, I wish I remember the channel. There's this guy, like either it's on TikTok or YouTube, one of the places. And he's like making wine out of like Mountain Dew Baja Blast. He's making some wine out of weird shit. Bro, I was so intrigued. I was like, I could start my own wine channel at this point. I'm not going to, but GC says, okay, I remember now. I told you last time I would buy a bottle and watch the stream. I ended up buying that bottle, but I got drunk and forgot. My bad, guy. That or was some good Gentleman Jack though. Gentleman Jack's not bad. It's not my favorite Jack by any means. I'd much rather have like Jack Triple Mash or even the Jack Bonded. But Gentleman Jack's really good. He says prison wine, yes. little hooch. Never hurt nobody. You clean the toilet up good enough. It doesn't even matter. You can't test the proof though. That's the issue, you know. But I imagine Tropicana Raspberry Lemonade has a ton of sugar, so it's probably got some oomph. You know, a little 16, 17%. I don't even remember the last time I drank wine. TC says, I will take your recommendation, good sir. If you don't really drink bourbon like that, buy this. It's cheap enough, decent enough flavor. It's a good entry bottle, low proof. It's just like one of the best, cheapest ones out there. That's why I'm going to recommend that one. If you want to spend some money, then you just let me know and I'll recommend something else. Probably Redwood Empire. What is that button? What the fuck? Bring this down here. I'm trying to organize the computer at the same time here. Oh, I don't even have music playing? Damn. I'm slacking. I can't play that other country song I was playing before. It got copyrighted somehow. My high school girlfriend's mother made watermelon wine in a 5-gallon bucket under their kitchen sink. Are you still with that girlfriend? Did her house blow up? I have so many questions. So many questions. Did you drink it? Was it good? I've never made my own wine. But the video, the guy did it, he made it look super easy. So I was like, oh, I could totally do that. Oh, clicked off the kid. There we go. All right, this old fashioned frankly did not hit the spot. Furman says, make a White Russian, that shit is bomb. Bro, you missed a stream about the White Russian talks. I'll make a White Russian one day, not with vodka though. It'll be with I don't think you can see it. Penelope Architect. It's a whiskey, but it has a bunch of vanilla notes. Furman says, do you mess with Buffalo Trace? My guy. Can you not see my shelves? Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. Here, let me zoom out for you. I got you. Say less. This whole shelf is Buffalo Trace. This one. Blanton's, E.H. Taylor, Eagle Rare, Travelers, Weller, Benchmark. And the stuff I was just drinking on. This is a premix old fashioned from Buffalo Trace. But I'm done drinking it. It was good, but I need a little more fire underneath it, you know? Where's my blend? I like Buffalo Trace stuff. Some of it's really good, but most of the time, like my favorites are not going to be in the Buffalo Trace lineup. It'll be up there. Damn, I spilled a little bit. It'll be up there. Like if you were talking like top 5 or top 10, like for sure, you know. But my favorite go-to is Woodford's Double Oak. From there, you'll probably move into like a Redwood Empire. That's still awesome. I'll probably have a pour of that next. That's still awesome. Bomb. I have a whole video on Still Awesome coming up. After Nancy Fraley came in the chat the other day, I felt like I didn't know enough about her. And she was in here just chatting it up. So I went and did a little research on her. Bro, she's legit. I got on a little binge watching video of Still Austin and stuff. So let's see. Miss Mom says that wine was good. I lost track of the family. We only dated about a year in 1978, 1979. The house survived. I'm glad you answered all the questions all at once. Appreciate that. Who knows? Maybe she owns like a vineyard in like California or something now. I got you, Kat. Don't worry. No, I normally have the other song playing. It's like nice and soft, but they copyrighted me. So like the last like 10 lives got copyrighted because of that stupid song, even though they said it was non-copyright. Pissed me off. I'm just not paying for like I'm not gonna pay for every music source, no demand, just to never be copyrighted. So I'm just like, I'll just switch the songs. That's what they want. They want you to pay for it all. That's a weird fucking aftertaste. Show Me Proof said started drinking ET in 1975. Said base hurts. What's the most expensive liquor you have right now? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't drink it. I've never even talked about it. I've just had it for fucking ever. I mean, the Crown Royal 18, that's like $300, or it was when I got it. It's okay. It's not like anything special. But I was really big in the Crown back in the day. What else do I have? I don't know. I try not to spend a lot on one bottle. I think spending a bunch of money on just one bottle is kind of ridiculous. Unless it's something that like you really, really want. Like for me, the most expensive bottle I'm probably gonna buy is like the Woodford's Double Oak, because I know that I can't get anywhere else, so I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money on it. But everything else, like I have a bunch of bottles that are around 100, 110, you know, things like that. Like obviously I spent secondary for the Blantons early on just because I was stupid. Wait, what? Mr. Mom says they're doing a fireworks show right now. Sounds like thunder in Ukraine by my house. Damn. I thought he was talking about the sound here. Eric in the chat, cheers. Welcome, Eric. Glad to see you here. But yeah, no, I mean, I just have a bunch, right? If that makes sense. Because I still have those two shelves up top too. But, and I have stuff in the living room, the fridge, the freezer. So I like to buy quantity over just like one bottle that's expensive. THC says, understandable, 300 is a lot, but there's also, if you have a special place in the heart of Crown. But, so Crown was like the first drink I ever like actually had. It was also one of the first drinks I had with my dad. So like, it was like, it's like in the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm gonna collect all the Crowns. And then I drank all the Crowns. But that's the 18 years, that's when I got that, was with him. That's why I have a little bit left for that. But besides that, I used to have all the Crowns, but we just kind of slowly drank them. I don't really care to drink them again, so I don't replace them. Kat says, Jeepers Creepers. Where'd you get those papers? But yeah, now I mean, honestly, I fucking have more money in Redwood Empire than probably anything. I honestly don't even remember the price of a lot of these. I mean, the Weller was a gift. One of the Travelers were gifted me from Buffalo. The Barstowns are kind of expensive. They're like almost 100 a piece. Most expensive bottle is the Evan Williams bottle in the Bond. I don't know if I'm a fan of this, guys. Like, it's good, but it's not that good. Kind of leaves like a weird like cherry medicine taste. And that could have something to do with that old fashioned I just had, but I don't think so. Let me cleanse the palate here. Get a nice little refresh, you know. Good thing about early times, it's also very cheap. Cheapest bottle I have? The one I keep talking about. Bro, that's what I mean. Like, even the Evan Williams that everybody tells you to go buy, like that one's even like, for me, I get it for like 20, 21, somewhere in that range. I got this for 18. I'd buy this over that every time. I just like the flavors in this one better. Evan Williams has a proof, and it's still good. It's just not what I care to drink much of. Besides that, that's probably, I don't know, that's pretty much it for cheapos. I don't know. Tuxedo says huge. Oh wait, speaking of peepers, there was a lady behind the Oilers bench tonight on the broadcast with you. I gotcha. They didn't show that on TV, not that I remember. What was I talking about? She says that's great, bro. I talk about that bottle a lot because like what I like is like if you can find like a really cheap bottle that's really good, like that to me, I'll probably have more of that on the shelf than a lot of stuff. Because I know when I go see it, when I go pick it up, I'm like, I gotta get that. I know I'll drink that. Like more than the other stuff because it is cheap and good. But Benchmark's also like on the cheaper line for me around here in Florida. Like most of the time you can get it for $20, and those are also really good. Mr. Mom says the most expensive bottle is a Jameson Signature Blue Label. A buddy of mine recently gifted it to me. I don't know if I mean, Jameson's good. I don't know. I've never had any of the expensive Jamesons. There was a Jameson like 18 year I saw. I almost picked it up. I didn't though. I didn't want to spend the money on it because I didn't know if it was good. Show Me Proof says OGD 114. Cheapest? Old Granddad 14's like 25-ish around me. If you can even find it. A lot of times you can't find it around me for some reason. You can get Old Granddad bonded. You can get that probably like $20 around here. I don't like this. Like I like it, right? Don't get me wrong. But compared to the other stuff on my shelves, that one will be a mixer. I'll try that a different day. How about that? Let me not shit on it. But it's either the cherry that I just had that was good in my old fashioned and now is betraying me when I'm drinking this, or this has like a weird medicine-y taste of cherry. Eric, you've never had Old Granddad 114? Yeah, everybody talks about it. It's like a cheaper bottle for like pretty decent proof. So people kind of lose their mind when they see the proof points. But also like, apparently it's really good. TAC says, well, have a good night, brother. I am tapped out. Hope you catch a nice buzz. Oh, hope you catch a nice buzz. Appreciate it. We'll be live tomorrow at 8:45 for like our normal stream. And that's when we're going to do some talking about some still awesome stuff and then do some hangout stuff afterwards. But have a good rest of your night. Stay safe. Get a bucket, put it next to your bed, all that stuff. So what I will say, right? This is a weird topic to turn to. The wife recently, we went back to work, right? God damn it. Is he about to wake up now that I'm talking about him? The wife went back to work, so now I'm basically like the one that's home with him all day, and the wife comes home at 5 o'clock, kind of takes over, which she does help. I can't complain about that. Bro, but he tires me the hell out. I'll be tired all day. So hats off to the single moms that can do both. Let me tell you something, brother. Eric says, I almost bought it while at the distillery, but I bought too many other John Beam products. I think he means Jim, but I get it. I get cut off too. The wife told me I'm not allowed to buy a bunch of bottles for a while because I've been going a little crazy. Like she even said, like, I haven't even made like an individual video on each bottle I bought, and that's kind of the whole point, you know? Oh God, now Steven's in here, not Steve. He says, you ever massage your beard with cream and oil? Every night. First oil, right? Getting nice and warmed up. Then you hit with a little, what is it called? Oh, beard butter. That's what it's called. That's after, like, a conditioning treatment. Not yet though. It looks a little ratchet right now. Eric says Jim Beam, not John. I don't know. John Beam kind of sounds more professional, you know? Tuxedo says, all right, I got y'all beat. My cheapest bottle is 50 cents. What could you get for 50 cents? I mean, you can, how much are these? Like you can get like the 99-cent things. I don't even know how much this costs though. 99 Apple. Mr. Mom says my cheapest are the JW Damp, Bottled and Bond, and Very Old Barton. $15 each. Where are you at? That you can get a bottle for 15 bucks. Like what state? Like one of the cheapest bottles that I've found is the Jim Beam Black 7-year. You can get like the other Jim Beam products for like $1 cheaper. So that's where I was just like, bet, let me pick up that. You know what sounds good? Little Eagle Rare. Or the Bullet Rye, but I won't break that out again. You guys, I've drank that like every stream now. All right, let's just do EH Taylor because it's just a little bit higher. I got more of it, you know? It's a shooter of Fireball from the gas station. Tuxedo says, EA sounds better than Eagle Rare right now. That's what I'm having. I mean, technically the Eagle Rare beat this in a blind, right? Was that in that blind? I think so. But, oh wait, maybe it wasn't. I can't remember anymore. I remember really liking Eagle Rare. This is also really good too, though. That's way better than the last stuff. Mr. Mom says, I shaved my beard off about 2 months ago. Keep getting confused with Santa Claus. I'm in Oklahoma, by the way, Tulsa. Damn. Oh, yeah. Oklahoma's got a bunch of stuff out there for pretty cheap. So, I mean, but shaving the beard off, like that's, I'd rather be called Santa Claus than just some random fat guy, you know? So that's just a me thing. Kelly in the chat says, so how do we feel about Four Roses single barrel? Were you in here last time asking me that? Yeah, no, Four Roses is solid. Four Roses, I got the regular just like baseline model of the Four Roses. I don't have any more single barrel left because we drink that stuff like quite a bit in like old fashions. But yeah, almost everything Four Roses makes is really good. But that also fits well with my palate because I like the sweeter bourbons, you know? So anything that's got a little vanilla, a little caramel, a little dash of cherry in there for me, I'm all about. Eric says, TC, what's the Powerball numbers? We'll have to split it. Okay. You have a friend here. Faux show. Tuxedo says 15, 32, 44, 49, 56, and your Powerball number is 10. Those aren't even close to the numbers I play, so. Kelly, but the question is, how do you feel about Four Roses single barrel? Oh, I must have bumped the camera. It's a little off there, you know? I need to like polish the bottles. They're a little fingerprinty, you know? Eric says, if I play those numbers and hit, we'll definitely split them with you. I'm glad that we're all three splitting that, you know? Now that we're here, just talking about it and stuff, so I'll be gladly take just a third. He's like, what, you win $1 and I'll sue you for your 50 cents? That's weird, because I'm pretty sure like splitting $1 is like closer to like 35-ish cents, but like, I don't know, whatever. I won't sue you, Eric, for 35 cents. Or at least I won't announce it on stream, you know? So who saw the post? I know TC did. I'm pretty sure Bonding did. Bonding over Whiskey's not in here. But kind of says, man, I've been slacking lately. Sorry, I'm late. Don't worry. We moved the stream till tomorrow. I've only been live for like 30 minutes, Makata. I made an executive call and said, you know what? Panthers are winning tonight. I gotta watch the last hockey game with my son. So we sat there and we watched it. And at the third quarter, I said he had to go to bed. I couldn't let him watch anymore. We lost. It was brutal. It's a hard pill to swallow there. If they lose the whole thing, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But, so tomorrow at 8:45, I am going to be live. We're going to do a little bit more of a structured stream. Oh, yeah. Eric's like, gosh darn, autocorrect. Yeah, right? That's that bourbon correct right there. Yeah, but no, we're going to talk about a little Still Austin stuff tomorrow. A little bit more like educational, I'd say, or informative. Let's say informative. It's not educational. I'm not teaching nobody nothing. I'm more pointing stuff out for information. But I like the videos, so I want to show you guys some stuff. We'll drink a little Still Austin. I was just talking about you, Bonnie. He says, sorry to hear about the Panthers. Yeah, it's okay. We got one more game before I really lose my shit, so. Oh my God, Show Me Proof says, can the Oilers win 4 straight? If you were to ask me earlier today, I'd say hell no. You're asking me now, it looks likely they're gonna fucking win, which, oh my God, it's so bad. So, like, it's not that the Oilers are playing so much better. It is that the Panthers are playing so bad. That's the issue. It's not like they're these really close games. Like the Panthers will play good in the third, the third quarter. But the first two, they're just kind of like out there. And there's no urgency. So what I'm hoping to see is that now that it's game 7, it's do or die on Monday. So I'm expecting to see some urgency from the Panthers from the opening gate, not just a third quarter. If they do that, they'll probably win. But if they don't, then they're just shit out of fucking luck because they're not scoring 3 to 4 goals in the final quarter when they take a goalie out. I'm pissed about it, guys. I'm a little stirred up about it. They look like my Blues. Bro, it's bad. Everybody's like bonding over whiskey. What's up? Makai says, cheer, boys. What I was asking though is, did anybody see the post in the community tab? I posted like 2 posts that were talking about some upcoming whiskeys. Little 2. So there's a Russell Reserve 15-year coming out. Looks delicious. I was gonna post like all of the stuff that like the little breakdown of like what's gonna be in it. It sounds like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be, it's gonna be higher proof. It's definitely something I want, but I was obviously asking what your guys' thoughts were on that. And then more importantly, the triple oak from Angel's Envy. It's gonna be an $80 on a pre-order, or just to take your risk and find out what it's like when it hits the stores. But I'm interested in the triple oak because I love a good double oak. So a triple oak, oh god, that could be so good. Or it could be really bad, you never know. So what's your thoughts on those 2, I'd say? Mr. Mom says, y'all have a good night. I'm calling it a night. Good night, everyone. Mr. Mom, well, have a good rest of your night. I'll see you tomorrow, 8:45. We'll have a good time then. Show me the proof says Russell's 15. Second mortgage time. You really think so? Like, I don't know what the price is on it. I couldn't find that. But I did pick up a single barrel for like $70, so if it's like $300, $400, like I may dabble because I do really like the Russells. But if it's more than that, I'm not fucking buying it. I'll wait for one of y'all to give it to me or something. Texture says, I saw them. Russell's 15 is 1.5 times the drain cleaner. What? Tuxedo, if you're conflicted, just don't even be on my side. I don't want it. I don't want that energy. Bonnie says, that's why I never choose a team. Can't get upset when my team loses. I'm a big sports guy though. I love my Florida teams. I love watching them. I love watching it with the kid. Now it's super fun to like get him to scream at him. He doesn't really talk yet, obviously, but I'll get him to go like, woo, and he'll like go, ah. So it's a fun time. Davis says Panthers are having a choke job of the century. It is. I can't believe it's going to go down like this, where we lose the final, the Stanley Cup one year, we go back to back, we get back again, and we're gonna blow the biggest lead that's ever been seen. Makata says, how much better is that Jim Beam 7 than the? I don't even like the early times. Like, it's not bad, right? I'm gonna drink it a separate day, but like when I just drank it just now, it had this like medicine taste on the cherries. So like, I did have an old fashioned before that, so it was just kind of like, if you're asking like if the Jim Beam 7's better, yeah, by far. Like, I really like the Jim Beam 7. I'll take the Jim Beam 7 right now over a lot of things. That's how much I like it. Oh, wait, I missed something. He said, not much, Eric. Got my bottle of Blanton's from Bourbon Hall. Bonnie University said, Eric, it was a gift from RJ the Fed / Bourbon Hall. I mean, a free bottle of Blanton's is always going to taste better than the secondary one. Show me proof says try a couple drops of water in the EH or the ET. So I'm gonna probably drink that a different day, just so that way, like I know I should have probably started with that, but I wanted an old fashioned. To give it like a proper review, like of anything, I like to start with it just so like that's fresh on my palate. Starting with any kind of proof doesn't really bother me too much unless we're talking like above 130. It's above 130, I usually need to have like a warm up thing. But I'll go with something like super like easy and well known. I don't know. It was just like the aftertaste. The beginning tasted good. Just the aftertaste is kind of weird on it. But I do need to get one of those fancy little droppers. I know I don't need it. I can just drop water in it, but I kind of want one. You can get one on the Blant site right now for like 20 bucks, 10 bucks. And you can buy something else and get a discount code. I was looking at some decor. Show me proof says try it after about 3 weeks. Okay. The last time I drank it, I was buzzing. I was like, this is awesome, you know? So I wanted to give it a fair shake, and that's where like I was like, oh, I'll drink it today. And I started with the old fashioned. I realized I probably shouldn't have. That's on me. Anytime I don't, and this kind of is like a good example for a lot of people. If you get a bottle and you feel like you don't like it, set it on the shelf. There's a lot of things that happen with whiskey. Like it may open up, your palate may evolve. Set it on the shelf and like try it like once a month, you know, until you either just decide, hey, this is just really not good, or maybe you like it. At least like the 1792 small batch, not the. Bro, is there something in my bottle? Bro, there's something in my fucking bottle. What the fuck is that? It might be fingerprint? No, it's something in there. Bro. Oh, damn it. My camera's too good. Bro, there's like these white floaty things in my fucking alcohol. I'm over here being like, I don't like that bottle. We're gonna try in a few months. It looks like there's fucking mold in it. It's not mold. How would it get mold in it? It's a worm? Wait, it's not tequila? I wish it was a worm, bro. Big Bob says, drink it. Jesse C's, I'll tell you what, hey, I don't fucking know what was in that damn drink, but I ain't drinking that. I was already saying, like, I don't like that bottle. Now there's an excuse to fucking pour it out. Buy another one. Eric says, Bunning Whiskey Bland would be good first pour of the day to warm up a palate, possibly then. Yeah, I mean, I like Bland's as a first pour. It's sweet, it's not too harsh, fairly family friendly. It's got decent flavor. So if you want to start with something like that, it's probably pretty good. And Jesse, by the way, what were you going to tell me? No, I'm not kidding. I can still see it. I'm not drunk. I've had an old fashioned, like a half a pour of early times, and this one pour of EH. Show me proof says maybe you need Head and Shoulders. He said maybe you need a little hot too. Dying, bro. I say this shit all fucking day now. I have my opening bottle. I'm not even kidding. Used to be Old Grad Day 114. He's like, oh, you get the Big Bob? Good luck. Bro, you know what's crazy? You see everybody trying to hunt that girl down? I do. I know. I need to do that. Now I'm stressing, checking all my fucking bottles when I talk about them. I'm like, what the fuck's in these things? Could you imagine there's some weird shit going on in my room and all my bottles are contaminated? Oh my god, I would lose my mind. I mean, I guess we could probably do them next Friday. I probably need to add like one more thing back in the bottle then. We're not doing rye, so what else did I buy? What else did I just recently get? Ooh, maybe I add some of this Russell's in it. It's 110 proof. Definitely throwing that in there. It's like he's trying to play the long game. I said I was gonna do it like right then and there, and you guys said no, let it sit. But I drank a little bit out of it. There was only something in the 1792. I wish I could show you. Can you see it on camera? It's like weird little clouds. Do you see that? You see that little fucking thing? Right here? It might be too bright. Too bright. Use Dickel? I don't even own Dickel, bro. I don't care for Dickel like that. Maybe Widow Jane. Maybe that one. I don't know. We'll have to get back to that. The KO says, bro, are you just hanging out in an amazingly lit bourbon room on a Friday night drinking E.H. Taylor? Well, I'd say you're right. Yeah, it's just a hangout stream. This is my office. This is where the business and the everything goes down. If I bring you to... Oh, I need to check on his shirt. Eric said in the last stream he got extra shirts. Bonding didn't get his shirts. Guys, I got a lot of shit I gotta do, so. He's like, I got a small. Can I send you 2 shirts? Connor in the chat says, just got a bottle of Taylor today. Did you open it? And what'd you think? Tuxedo says, I can send you a 5XL. Damn. I don't even know if they make 5XLs, to be honest. He's like, and 1792. 1792 what? Small batch or like full proof, sweet wheat? He's like, nah, Eric, medium. Got a wide chest. Not says... He's like, brother, ew, what's that? He's like, oh wait, I called in. King Day says, try something. Banana. KO says he's going to join and crack the E.H. Taylor single barrel. You have a single barrel. I have a small batch. Your bottle's bigger than mine. This is good though. I like this a lot. This is good stuff. I do want a single barrel though. Connor said small batch. Bro, I just was saying like the small batch to me had like a weird like dry mouth to it. So I've been like letting it sit and being like, all right, I'll try it again. Bro, I just checked. It looked like there was something in it. I don't know. It was fucking weird. He's like, oh, you jelly of my Bills gear? Nobody's jelly of your Bills gear. I promise you. He's like, yep, Cat won't give details other than his Bills gear. Bro, facts. He's like, we're drinking it together. Yes, small batch is delicious. It is delicious. He's like, my only, Bills gear. Bruce in the chat says, what we having tonight? I mean, we're having a few things. We had a little, I don't know what the fuck it's called. Handy and Scheller. Pre-mix old fashioned to start off. It's good. It's nothing like to call home about. I had a pour of early times. Now we're moving on to a little E.H. Taylor small batch. Connor says, you ever come by or come to Kentucky? Not lately. In October, I'll be there quite a bit. Like my main job is like shooting weddings, like for photography. I go to North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. Like I'm in October, I'll barely be on the stream because I'll be traveling like all of the time. Tuxedo says, hello, Eric. Playing Bill's gear, damn government. Show Me the Proof says, cheers, one and all. Signing off. Have a good night, Show Me the Proof. Stay safe. See you tomorrow. Bonding or whiskey's boring. I like talking shit about sports. It's fun. Bro, Makata said, I'll take that 5X. My man titties need some coverage. 5X? I don't know about that. Connor says, I'm guessing you've done the Bourbon Trails in Kentucky then. I have not. So like when I go to Kentucky or I go basically anywhere, because I'm in Florida, and I'll drive up, like so let's say I'm going to North Carolina, because that's what I do the most common. It's usually like an 8-hour drive. I'll leave early in the morning, get there probably 8, 9 o'clock at night, get to the hotel, pass out, wake up early in the morning, shoot the wedding, drive back. Sometimes I'll stay one extra night if I'm really looking for like a certain bottle or something, then I can go and try and hunt that down. But most of the time I'm in and out, but I just travel a bunch. Bonnie says, I lost a bet from the last Super Bowl. No, I hate it. Yeah, bro, I've lost a coin toss like every year for the past like 3 or 4 years. So welcome to my world. Connor says, I live in Lexington. I have a wedding in Lexington in November. Yeah, like November 15th or something weird like that. I'm freaked out with that bottle having stuff in it. I'm like checking all my bottles now. I leave the cork on. It's not like I leave these open or with pour spouts or anything like that. Whiskey in the chat says, what's everyone got in their glasses? Started with a little Penelope 9-year. Myself, 103 proof, good starter whiskey. KO, just subscribe. Welcome to the family, my guy. We do go live every Friday, 8:45. We'll just switch it up. We'll be live tomorrow at 8:45. Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Oh, chat's moving too quick. Miso World? I don't know how to read that. It's like, how far west? Close enough to Colorado? I don't think you could stretch it that far. Tib Dom in the chat. What up? Welcome back. Past, I've been working remote for the last 3 years. Getting out of control. 600-pound bourbon life. Bro, I understand that. Bonnie Royce says, well, call me old fashioned. Did you lose a bet and buy a $110 bottle and give it to the guy? No, my gambling gets a little crazy sometimes when it comes to like the bigger events, especially like UFC, I'll go a little crazy with parlays. But no, the Super Bowl, I think we bet 250 on the coin flip. And I heard them yell tails, and it was heads. Devastating. But whiskey, by the way, we're drinking a little E.H. Taylor currently. Probably going to move to some Still Austin here in a minute. I really like that bottle. But Penelope's really good. Tuxedo Cat in the chat, he's obsessed with Penelope. See, he says Penelope gang. My glass on the table while I'm laying here, supposed to be sleeping. Bonnie Whiskey's always supposed to be going to sleep, and somehow it just stays in the chat all night. He's like, I will drive to Eric. All right, Tuxedo, you drive to Eric, and I'll meet Eric in Kentucky whenever I have my next wedding. Kayla says, just got back from Japan. The black blindness is trash. Red is fire. That is all. Isn't there like a few people that just came back from Japan? Japan's like popular for travel right now, apparently. I don't plan to go, but it's like round 4 going down tomorrow at OH. Oh, I missed it. Huge in the chat. He says, Joe. I'm supposed to have it get up. That's my fault. He's still sleeping. Oh, there. OH at the end. He's like, LOL to Dom. Vic FaceTime me while it's going on tonight. Blondie or she said, call me old fashioned, you're entertaining. Probably gonna black out here in a minute. It's okay, you can go to bed. I won't hold it to you. Just be back tomorrow. We'll go live. I'll have a fresh start. He said, Joe Mama. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, huge. Thanks for the laugh. We'll see you tomorrow when we go live. I expect new jokes eventually, though. No pressure. Not says, call me old fashioned is legit. First time watcher and subscribe. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Even though we didn't really, I mean, this is just a hangout stream tonight. We weren't doing anything like productive. I try to do some productive stuff on Fridays, but instead I watched the Panthers game and we got obliterated. So now we're drinking away our sorrows until Monday. If they lose on Monday, I may go missing. HO says, sorry, call me old fashioned. Dom and I are old friends. We have another whiskey friend that is throwing a meetup in Cali. We're just chatting about that. No, totally fine. I'm glad that, Taylor Dom's actually a real person. For a while though, in the chat, like we all thought he was like a fake person. So now there's like a personal reference. So you feel free to chat away. Tuxedo said, and sleep. You going to bed, Tuxedo? Isn't it like 7 or 8 o'clock your time? Kata says, I love these Friday streams. I almost missed it. Bro, I need to catch up on some sleep eventually. I just don't know which day though. Probably Sunday. Sunday sounds like a good day to sleep all day. Bruce says, let's experiment with some new shit. What do you got in mind? Bonnie Whiskey says he's out. Appreciate you stopping by, though. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you tomorrow. Rest up, sober up, get some water, and then I'll see you tomorrow. Honestly, I'm just waiting for Tuxedo to get a little too buzzy, and then I turn it into a call-in show, you know? Anybody else in the chat that has not had this, or opposite, have you had it? Let me know. I gotta pick up the rye of this. Tuxedo says, I'm already buzzing. You want me to send the email? I can send the link in the email. It'll be private. I got you. Oh, Huge with a second joke. He says, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? I don't know. What? Hit me. Wait, what? Makana says UFC fights start 9 a.m. Pacific time. Let's keep the stream going. 9. I think you mean 12 Pacific time, because they start at 3 here tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Oh, who just subscribed? I missed it, bro. Sometimes this computer is a little wacky. Yeah, Tuxedo probably would make me take it down. The prelims are on at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So you're right, 9 a.m. your time. Danielle says, "Hey, no, Danielle, you can leave. You've been bad luck. I don't even want you here. Bad luck guru over here with Danielle." Whiskey, I don't know. I'm just gonna call you OH. He says, OH, I don't have a standard cast strength of Still Awesome, but I have a pick from barrels for Hope. I gotta make this bigger. Let me go back. But I have a pick of barrels from Hope, if that counts. I think it counts. I watched a video today on how Nancy Fraley does her blending, bro. And she was in the chat the other day. That's why I had to check it out. She was in here talking. I had no idea who she was apparently. So I just did a review on the whiskey. I didn't do a review on like the whole company. You know, I didn't know I needed to be prepared like that. And yeah, bro, it was super interesting. So that's what we're talking about tomorrow. We're gonna talk about a whole bunch of like Still Awesome shit. So Huge says one is pretty heavy and the other is a little lighter. Oh, because it's a Zippo. So that's good. Yeah, Makana, prelim starts at 9. So what I'm thinking, damn, I'd love to. We do need to watch those, don't we? Let me think on it. Let's see what time this ends first. Danielle, stick around and the Oilers will win. If the Oilers win, I'm going to ban Danielle forever. She'll never be able to watch this channel again. All her other accounts are getting banned. Ever since she came in here, bro, we've not won a single game. I'm talking with the coach. I'm gonna make sure they ban it at her house on the TV too. He's like, until tomorrow. I appreciate you popping in, my guy. Have a good night, Huge. Daniel says, call me old-fashioned. Maybe this is my good luck. It's not. No, it's not good luck. I need the Panthers to win. That's all I want. We're moving on to Game 7. We lost 3 straight now. After winning 3 straight. It don't even make sense how that's possible. It makes 0 sense. I don't know if I can go live at 12. Because if I went live at 12, what am I going to do? Go live from 12 all the way till 8:45? Because the fights are going to go all the way on. They'll probably end around 8. Texas says, ban me too in solidarity. LOL. Someone's got to stand with Canada. I'll ban you too, don't worry. Brutal. I was so pumped too. I was like, hey, kid was born. I'm going to be able to remember when the Panthers finally won the Stanley Cup. The Panthers became an NHL team the same day I was born. We both became one at the same day. Been waiting my entire life, exactly my entire life, for them to win a Stanley Cup. We're right here. We're 1 win away. Now I can even say, hey, the Panthers won the year my son was born. I was like, that's so fucking cool. I said that when we were up 3-0, by the way. It kind of says, do you have any money on the games? Yeah, if you mean fights. The Panthers, no. I don't bet on my own sports team. That's bad juju. If anything, I would bet on the Oilers because I'm a bad bettor. Maybe that's what I should do. I should bet on the fucking Oilers on Monday. Throw in a disgusting amount of money. Because no way I win a big bet, right? And if I did lose, at least it would hurt a little less. Eric says, if Mr. Lopez was here, he'd ban you quick. Mr. Lopez is like Thanos, just snapping people into oblivion. Bro, he did get a little spicy last time, didn't he? He was kicking people out for 10 seconds. I just want to point out, Strat was in my comments of other stuff, being like, Tuxedo Cat better be on the live, and he's not even here. I'm just pointing that out. My God, if you mean the fights though, I bet the fights like right before, and I like, for example, if I did watch the prelims, I would bet a giant parlay. I'd bet $1 on every single fight that was gonna happen, and just ride the wave. Every time I lost, I would just rebet a parlay from there on. And the farther we get into the night, if we keep losing, I just keep picking the underdogs, hoping the underdogs sweep it out. I'm not here to win $2. I like to bet $1 to win like $1 million. Those are the kind of bets I like. If I would have bet $1 to win $1, I don't even like, that's not entertaining to me. You know what I mean? I don't care. Betting $1 and winning like $1,000, like that's something you can talk about. He's probably on another trip. Facts. He's like, well, he's in Colorado, so it's probably a weird-ass trip. Maybe he went to Aspen. He went to the mountains, go a little skiing, you know? He's like, we getting high on all sorts of junk. It kind of says I bet 1 fight at a time, knockout / submission. My wife plays the 10 fight parlays. You guys sound like good fucking people. I'm all about that. I like the 10 fight parlays. Cause if I bet the fight, I always want a knockout or submission, but then when it doesn't happen, it's like, not only did I lose the bet, it was also a boring fight. I don't care for the decision shit. Unless it's just like a brawl, like, I don't care. Eric says, TC, I didn't get a notification. Neither did I. Oh, did TC post a new video? Is he going viral? I love submission. No, Tuxedo, do you not watch UFC fights? That came out weird for you. I will give you guys a heads up just in case. I am on dad duty. You can see him fidgeting around there. If he wakes up fully, I may have to leave for a little bit. Go give him a little milky milk, you know? A little milk and bourbon, whatever. I will say, Eric says his video was the submission video of him. I'd watch. You know, let me see if I can do this real quick. Tuxedo says, I watch baseball, football, and hockey. Basketball can suck it. The UFC, I never know what time it is on to catch it. UFC is on like randomly. It's always on Saturdays. Sometimes you got to pay for it. But I don't know. I don't know. I pay for him. My buddy pays for him sometimes, and then I watch his. So it's like sometimes we go 50-50. Tomorrow's free fights though on ESPN, but those are early fights. This kid's squirming. Oh yeah. You showed me the Penelope's. Like what am I dyslexic? I am a little dyslexic. When I get tired, I feel like I'm like super dyslexic. So last night I went to bed at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Got up at like 7, and the night before that I did the same thing. I basically did that all week, except for Tuesday. Tuesday we slept in a little. Tuxedo, by the way, I emailed you the call-in link if you want to call in. I'm not saying you have to. No pressure. Don't call in if you want me to take it down. I'm just saying you can call in if you want to chat. Just Tuxedo. Didn't open it up for the floor. Bro, this Still Austin shit blows my mind sometimes. For a 2-year age, it just kind of fucking punches you in the face. It has so much flavor in it. Tuxedo says, when I was in middle school, my doctor was like, yeah, you're done growing. And I was like, oh, fuck you. LOL. Eric says, call in. Tuxedo says, I think he was trying to say no, not tonight. You don't have to, no pressure. He's probably on his way to McDonald's again. Just make sure you get enough for everybody. Bro, what I wouldn't give right now for like a double quarter pounder, I fuck that thing up. Tuxedo says the pressure to put out is immense. I mean, welcome to my world. Try having to go live every Friday at 8:45. I'd open up the floor, but I'm afraid Danielle's gonna try and call in again and mess my system up. That's what happened. She tried to hack my system from her Canadian tower so she could fuck with the Panthers. That's what I think it came down to. Daniel says, I won't call. If you call in, I know the Panthers won't even like take the ice. They'll probably all come down with like ammonia or something. She's like, dun dun dun. Okay, Nux. Is that what they're called? Bro, this kid is squirming so much. I'm like, he probably needs to like be fed, but like he's not fully awake. I'm not waking him. I tried to have my brother call in. He said no, he's at work. Apparently he doesn't know how to take a day off, so. What a night, boys. Oh, I gotta get the kid back up. You guys can just watch him for me. How about that? Does that sound good? If I just put him right here, you guys just tell me. It's like a group effort, you know? Everybody watches them together. What's funny is he just learned how to be angry. It's the funniest thing in the world. Tuxedo says, when I'm president and Eric is my VP, first thing our administration is to abolish the HOAs. Thank God. What the fuck is happening there? Yeah, HOAs suck. Big Bob says, no days off. That is him, by the way. Everybody say, hi, Big Bob. It's a baby on the move. He's gonna be, bro, he rolled over already once. Not like every time, but one good time. Actually, 2 times, if you want to count like a half. But no, like it's funny. It's like this week, like because like she's working and he's just hanging out with me. He's either missing her or he's like hungry and doesn't know how to tell me. But normally he'd just be like, eat boobs, you know. So he just starts getting pissed. He's like, oh, ah! It's so funny. Bob Roski. He's a Panther fan too. Eric says, well, ladies and gents, gotta go. Peace and love to all. Keep pouring. Cheers. See y'all tomorrow. Yeah, Eric, we're gonna go live at 8:45 tomorrow for like our quote unquote normal live stream. We may go live earlier to do like an early morning pour to watch the UFC fights. That's to be determined. But stay safe. Have a good night. Sleep well. See you tomorrow. Cheers. That still Austin's a little hot for tonight. It was delicious though. So that's what I like so much about bourbon, right? And whiskey for that matter, is like you can get one bottle that's one way and you can get a different bottle that's completely different, right? Different profile, different proof, different flavors. It's like Gatorades, right? You know what you're getting because it's Gatorade, but at the same time there's different flavors, right? I don't know. All right, I'll let you guys pick. Besides the E.H. Taylor, because that's that's going back. What's the next pour? You guys pretty much know my collection at this point. What do you guys recommend for maybe the last pour of the night? Maybe the last pour. It could be second to the last pour. It could be fifth to the last pour. We don't know. Tuxedo says, somebody once told me this symbol is just a guy dragging his butt on the floor. Does anybody else see it? Oh, the and symbol? Yeah, every time. But you guys pick. I'll kind of rifle off some stuff. I have Evan Williams Honey, Jim Beam Honey, Evan Williams Bottom Bond, McKenna 10-year, 1792 small batch. I'm not drinking that actually. Benchmark Bonded, Benchmark Single Barrel, Weller Special Reserve, Travelers, Eagle Rare Blanton's, Caribou, I'm not drinking that. I'm not gonna drink the Crown Royal. Knob Creek 9, Heaven Hill Bottom and Bond, Jim Beam 7, I'm not gonna drink that, I drink that too often. Bardstown Rye, Bardstown Single Barrel. Oh shit, I got a lot. I got Shady Mile, Michter Small Batch, Clyde's Mates, 5-year Single Barrel, Old Granddad Bonded, High West Bourbon, Penelope Architect, all the Redwood Empires. Makata says Jim Beam 7. I don't want to drink Jim Beam 7 simply because I've drank it on literally every stream. I feel like I'm like getting paid by Jim Beam. They need to send Daddy a check if they want me to keep talking about it. The Hibiki I'm trying to keep where it's at. I don't want to drink too much. I got to make old fashions with that before I fucking forget. I got Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Barrel Proof, Elijah Craig Small Batch, Old Forester 1920, Jack Daniel's Triple Mash, Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, Wild Turkey Rare Breed, Russell's Reserve Private Barrel Selection, and Russell's Reserve 10. I'm not drinking the Bullet Rye. Michter's, go for the mid. Danielle says Wales. I mean, I would expect that from a Canadian, but it's Weller. Michter's. What is this one? Yeah, it's just a Michter's small batch bourbon. Bro, if you guys seen like in my intro and a lot of like the B-roll clips, that's what this bottle did. Bro, I got some nasty B-roll with it. All the slow motion shit is with this bottle. I haven't really drank it. She's like, my bad. I know, I'm just busting your balls, Danielle, because you're the reason why the Panthers are losing right now, so. Hopefully the Oilers are giving you a check at this point. You can split it with me for my troubles. Just want to kind of do some housekeeping stuff, guys. If you're just now popping in, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like this stream. Make sure you subscribe as well. We do go live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. But tonight was a weird night, so we're going live Saturday tomorrow, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. May go earlier. Turn the bell on, that way you never miss a live stream or any of these other videos. I will be pumping out a lot more shorts and regular videos, like short form, long form, quote unquote videos for like reviews and stuff. Tuxedo said, busting balls, turn your head and cough. Might be a concern right there. I'm okay with drinking this. I haven't had this in a minute. Okay, that was a good ass fucking cork pop. Just want to point that out. I only have one clean Glen. It's not even clean anymore. It's just this Glen. So I'm still rocking the Panthers gear, just so everybody knows. Tuxedo says we're gonna need to do some more tests. We're going to. Bro, I'm probably dying. You just don't know. That had some twirl to it, bro. I wish I could do a top down. Maybe I should add another camera and do a third camera angle and do a top down. What do you guys think of that? Is that too much? Can you turn around, lean over the table? I could if you called in. Does this ever happen to you guys? Once you get a few pours in, your nose kind of like clogs up. Maybe the way I'm sitting. Makata, it gets weird at a late night. Makata, have you been here this late before? It gets fucking weird. He's like, oops, forgot the glove. You also forgot your hand. I was wondering why your hand or both hands were on my shoulders, but I mean. Martinez in the chat says, what's a good bottle of bourbon for someone who's never had it before? So there's so many questions that go with that. Like, have you had dark liquor before? Have you had whiskey before? If you just want bourbon and you're just starting out, you've never had anything, to be honest, Buffalo Trace is probably a good one. It's super light, sweet. It's very family friendly-esque. If you've had something before, go with the Jim Beam Black 7-year age. Has tons of flavor. Still approachable, no burn, like no alcohol burn from it, to an extent, right? Alcohol, but that bottle is also fairly cheap. So I'd say Buffalo Trace, Jim Beam 7-year age, or let me give you a third. What do we got? Or let's do a different one, right? You could do Russell Reserve 10-year age. This is also a very good beginner one, but it is it's still 90 proof, but it has a little bit more alcohol to it, like burn wise, so kind of level up. Just depends on your profile. But I'd say for anybody that's never had bourbon before, Buffalo Trace is probably like the best entryway. Buffalo Trace screams family friendly, right? Anybody could drink without blinking an eye. So when you get into a lot of this crazier stuff where people start being like, ooh, it's spicy, it burns. So that's what I would recommend. Makata says, I was here for Tuxedo, Eric, and Danielle debacle. JK, that stream was legendary. Oh, you were here for that. Bro, That stream was nuts. I had to take that stream down. HO says, Martinez, Maker's Mark, Buffalo Trace, or Bullet Bourbon, in my opinion. I mean, personally, I probably wouldn't recommend Maker's Mark. I mean, I guess regular Maker's Mark. Yeah, you're right. I don't buy regular Makers anymore. But I guess like if you go to like a restaurant and you ask for like a Maker's Old Fashioned, they'll just give you like the plain Makers. Bullet Bourbon, yeah, that's a good one too. Bullet Bourbon, Bullet Rye, those are all good starting points. You get a pre-mix Old Fashioned from Bullet. I have it up there. I'm not going to pull it down though. That's solid too. He's like, thanks guys. Anytime, bud. We go live every Friday. We talk all this kind of stuff, so feel free to come back. The I don't know, like the beginning bourbon stuff's so weird because like for me, like obviously like for dark liquor stuff, because who didn't have like their mom's vodka when they were a kid, right? Who didn't like pour some into a bottle and pour some water into the bottle, right? But like Crown Royal was like that entry whiskey for me, and it was good. It was whatever, right? And then we moved to Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. Then Wild Turkey. Then you turn 21 and you start getting into like stupid shit like Fireball. But then like it kind of took off with, for me and my buddy, we wanted to try different old fashions, right? And we had Woodfords, right? Normal Woodfords. So we're like, oh, let's get something better, right? We got Woodford's Double Oak, loved it. We drank it for so long, probably a year of just Woodford's Double Oak Old Fashions, which are my favorite. But then we went to Angel's Envy, Elijah Craig, Jefferson's Oceans. We got a Yellowstone pick one time, and we just slowly started working all these things in old fashions, not even just straight up. Like we'd taste it straight up, but we cared more about what the old fashioned was. And to me, the Woodfords just had so much extra flavor. The proof was lacking, but like we didn't really care at the time. So then when I started like drinking them neat, I just started buying everything. So like I was already in it before I was in it. HO says a wheater, low rye bourbon, and a high rye bourbon. That's a good way to start. You buy 3 bottles, 3 different profiles that are still somewhat similar. Bro, is that a leprechaun in the picture? I hate leprechauns. But yeah, no, like 3 bottles that are similar but also different will allow you to figure out what your profile, what your palate really is. Like a wheater is obviously sweeter. Am I drunk or something? Why can't I speak today? I'm not drunk, by the way, but I can't talk today for some reason. Yeah, a wheater is obviously sweeter. Low rye bourbon, it's got a little spice, but still not much. And then a high rye bourbon, right? Still, it has spice mixed in with everything else where you can really tell. I think that's a better example than I gave you. I gave you exact bottles, but if you do your own research and you find a wheater, low rye bourbon, and a high rye bourbon, you'll be doing all right too. So appreciate whiskey, admin, right? Bro, this shit's so small. Tuxedo says, too far Apple, too far. This is absolutely disgusting and unprofessional. Apple/iPhone should be ashamed of themselves for this. For what? Bro, Makata, you didn't do that to me. He says, you're a leprechaun, bro, because my beard looks a little red. That's fucked up, bro. It is. But also, I've pushed my haircut out like super far. Normally, I'm an every 2-week kind of guy. But when I do not have a wedding, there's no need for me to cut my hair because I wear a hat, right? It's either like this or like this, right? I don't really wear it like that anymore, but it's usually like this. There's no need for a haircut. The beard I can kind of play with to get it looking a little better. I didn't even do my beard today. This is what it looks like on a normal day. It's just a little frizzy. But bro, my hair I'm turning gray. I got gray all on the sides. I looked at the wife, I said, salt and pepper's here. And she was like, go get a fucking haircut. But Mikata, I'm gonna remember that, just so you know. So when I miss a live stream, just know I'm sulking in that comment. Tuxedo says, Danielle, this is reprehensible, just unacceptable. What'd she say? LOL Mikata? Question mark at Tux? Laughing face? Haha. She didn't do anything wrong. Except for make the Panthers lose. She's like, Tuxedo says, Apple making fun of cancer patients with emojis? Bro. Oh, is that just a bald dude? When will it stop? I don't know. HO says, so here's a good question. What was your entry-level bourbon that set you down the rabbit hole of American whiskey? For me, it was Elijah Craig Small Batch. Elijah Craig Small Batch is a good one that sent you down that rabbit hole too. Like, that was definitely one in the early stages. I kind of just went over it, but I love telling that story. So I was a big like vodka drinker, right? Because I was just mixing shit before, right? In my teens. And then Crown Royal came in. I was like, "Ooh, I like the darker whiskey." And then I drank a little Hennessy, right? My little hoodlum days. And then I kind of drank whatever, right? I kind of moved to like Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey 101 was probably like the first quote unquote whiskey / bourbon that I was like, "Hey, this is really good." But I wouldn't even say like that pushed me into like all of this. The Woodford's Double Oak is what pushed me to buy everything. And the reason why was because me and my buddy, we really like old fashions. That's why the channel's called Call Me Old Fashioned, is because we made an old fashioned with something. It was just kind of like whatever, right? And I was like, that's good, but can we make it better? And we went to all these like fancy bars. We watch how they make it, and that's how we got like this thing, right? That's why I mix it in the ice first and all that. Right? Get professional on them. And then eventually found Woodford's Double Oak, and that's what sent us, right? As soon as we had that, we drank that for a good minute. And then we were like, what else is out there? If this is this good for like 50 bucks, what can we get for 100 bucks, right? And we started buying shit. And then we drank it all. And then he had a kid, and I still wanted to keep drinking. So I started the channel, started buying more liquor. And it's kind of been history ever since. Then I had a kid too, and now I'm still drinking, but it was it's a fun little journey, because like, as much as I love reviewing the bourbons, and I do the TikToks, and I do all these other videos for you guys, like my main objective of any of this stuff is to figure out, Shimmer is back. He says, yo, I'm back. Welcome back, Shimmer. My main objective of any of this stuff is to find like that perfect old fashioned, because that's what I want. At the end of the day, I want to be able to kick back with a quote unquote cocktail, hang out, watch some sports, just kind of hang out. But to be honest, I will say, having that old fashioned and now drinking all these drinks as a pour, I gotta say, a lot of these pours put up a fight against cocktails. I almost prefer to drink pours for the convenience and for the flavor wise compared to a cocktail now. But there's always that special place in my heart for the sentimental and nostalgic feeling of the old fashioned. So Tuxedo says, I'm part Irish, the part of me that drinks. Yeah, the part of me that drinks and this is the Irish part. Danielle says, first thing I thought, Tux. Yeah, me too, Danielle. First thing I thought, I was like, wow, top of the morning to you, Tuxedo. He's like, we on the same page. Tuxedo says, hello, Shimmer. Makata says, you and Tux need to start a podcast. It would top Rogan in a year. No, we wouldn't. I appreciate it, though. I love the confidence. Rogan is the man, though. So, like, what's funny is, like, when I travel for weddings, I don't listen to the radio. I'll listen to the radio for, like, 30 minutes to an hour. My playlist is kind of small. But once I get done with that, I move to podcasts. I like listening to, like, people that have interviewed Bert Kreischer. Bro, it's so funny. Because I love a good comedy, right? But I also like the conversation piece of a podcast. when his Bert Kreischer and Joe Rogan's podcast, I listen to probably once a drive. It's so funny. And very relatable too, so. Daniel says, Shimmer, cheers. Call me old-fashioned. Cheers. Daniel, we can't be friends till after the Stanley Cup, just saying. I appreciate you being here, though. Thanks for getting the watch time up. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. But at the end of the day, I feel like we're enemies until this is over. We're frenemies. Tuxedo Cat, you want to start a podcast? We can start a podcast. We can do Thirsty Dad Thursdays. Hoochie says, what's your thoughts on Van Winkle? So for my thoughts, to give you perspective, I've only had a pour. Like I went to a bar and I paid for just like this much, right? I've never bought a bottle of it. But to be honest, I think the bottles, I don't think any whiskey in general is ever gonna be worth more than $300 to $400, right? Now, if it's something super crazy, right? Like a 25-year bourbon, right? That has all these specialty things to it. Sure, maybe it gets up to $500, but I would never spend more than $500 on a bottle of anything, right? Because it's gonna drink just the same. And with the history, Pappy's, right? Van Winkle, Pappy's, all that stuff, it used to just sit on the shelf for MSRP at like $100. You know what I mean? So like, for it to be selling for thousands of dollars now, I think it's a lot of hype. Not that I'm sure it's good, right? I'm sure it's a good drink. I just don't think it's worth what everybody's just trying to make it out to be. I think it's all just hype. A lot of the Buffalo Trace stuff is like that. But I also think a lot of these distillers know how to price out what they're selling. Like MSRP on the Blantons, MSRP on the E.H. Taylor, the Eagle Rare, all the MSRPs are what I would say is a decent price for. I'd be like, that's a good price. I would pay that. But anything farther than that, I think is too much. So I think the secondary is ridiculous. So I will not be getting Pappy's unless it's either won in a raffle, somehow magically got bought for MSRP, or somebody gives it to me. Or I just win the lottery and I just got it like that. But I don't got it like that. So the long version to answer your question, Hoochie, that is it. Tuxedo says, call me old-fashioned. Maybe it's your negativity towards Canada that's conjuring all the Panthers' losses. LOL. I don't know. There's something to think about. It's not. It's not. They were screaming "fuck you, Bob" as a chant today in the arena. It's not my negative. I'm positive as fuck. Fuck the Oilers. Tuxedo's like, Daniel, leaving us? She's like, I'm not leaving. She's like, well, you acting like it. Cheers, everyone. Like, that kind of sus. Makata says, I listen to old Howard Stern. Bro, Howard Stern is like my childhood. When my dad would wake me up in the morning, we go to work, right? So just to give you guys an idea, I was on my own since I was like 14, 15. And there was a time where I went to my dad's when we were younger, right? And we would work at like the shop that he worked at for like cars and stuff. And in the morning, he would listen to Howard Stern. That's what we listened to. It's like every day, but I can't listen to the words he says nowadays. It just turned into everything he used to make fun of. I'm sure he's turned hypocrite by now. Daniel says, laugh my ass out. No, I don't know why I hoped no one would notice. Koji says, I have a bottle of 1974 Van Winkle Family Reserve. I don't have the balls to break the seal. Hoochie, how long have you had the bottle? And how much did you pay for the bottle? Those are the only two things I want to know, and I can give you the advice of what to do. And the other question would be is that the only bottle you have, or do you have some kind of collection, right? Do you have maybe some Elijah Craig, some Knob Creek? It doesn't have to be an extensive collection, but do you have multiple bottles? Tuxedo said, oh wow, they have an Asian emoji. Oh gee, yeah, Martinez is right. He says Howard Stern and Beetlejuice was iconic. Bro, that was a fucking hilarious video. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Not gonna do it. Superstitious. You know what I will say? After having the Still Austin, having the E.H. Taylor, early times, this is just very lackluster, right? I know this is good, but like it's good as a first time pour. It's probably 90 proof, 91.4 proof. It has almost zero finish to it. So like it's very quick. Hoochie says 3 years and I paid $12K. And yes, I have a collection. If you have a collection and you paid that much, I mean, fuck, I'd be scared to pop it too then. Because you have other stuff to drink, right? Because that was the first thing. It's like, do you have to drink it? This is the only thing left. But if you have other stuff, you can drink other stuff. And the other question was gonna be like, if you paid a small amount, I was gonna be like, fuck it, pop it. There's no real investment there. But you have an investment there. And that was 3 years ago, so you've held on to it for a while. So I would do one of two things. Hoochie, I would, one, figure out if you're gonna part ways with it, right? Because that's the first thing. If you feel like, if you could get the right price for it, would you give it away? If the answer is yes, figure out what it was sold for last, put it on eBay or wherever people sell alcohol, Facebook Marketplace, and offer it up. If somebody takes it, sell it. But if nobody takes it and you don't feel like you're gonna get the money, you're not gonna get at least 12,000 back, pop that bad boy open, because you bought it for a reason, right? And then maybe like send me like half or something, but like that's just if you want to. I don't even need half. Just a couple like those small little bottles full. I'm fine with that. It kind of says Baba Booey. Wait. Oh, Daniel says, I want to see that when it comes out. Beetlejuice. Josh in the chat says, call me old fashioned. Good evening. Josh, good evening to you too. I mean, it's like the middle of the night for me. It's like, I don't know where you're at, but it's like 1:16 my time. Oh. Hoochie, I don't know how old you are, but like that's like some like dark shit you just said. He's like, honestly, I want it to be my last drink. Well, if that's the case, keep the bottle. But also, I will say, once you open the bottle, it's not going to go bad. You know, you can just go like this, keep the cork wet. As long as the cork stays wet, that bottle is going to be okay. Right? So I would say pop it open. And I would only open it on special occasions then. Right? Whatever the next most important day you think is, open it for that. Have just a pour. Don't drink the whole bottle or do it, but just have a pour. That way you know what it tastes like. Because if you're saying, hey, I want it to be on the last pour right before like you like croak or something like that, your taste buds might be gone by then. So have a pour while you still got taste buds, and then you can just keep that bottle, and that will be that sentimental bottle. You'll be like on your deathbed going, I paid 12 grand for this. See ya. You know what I mean? I'm too dramatic, but you know. Steve says, you talking about my wife? She is, bro. She's fucking smoking. Appreciate the weird comment. Josh says, same here, Michigan. Oh, it's like your time? I thought you were talking about the fart for a second because of Steve. Steve throws off the chat. I don't even know what happens once he comes in here. Josh, are you having a drink tonight? Like, what's the plan for you? Are you kind of like just cruising on to bed now, or like you hanging out, you having a drink? What's going on? Tuxedo says, I like to get my cork wet. Slides easier, pops better. I watched a video of like somebody like pulling their cork and it just falling into their bourbon, and it's just a pain to clean. And I used to do that with the wine. It's just a pain in the ass. So like every 2 weeks or so, I just go through and I just turn every bottle upside down for a second. Nothing too long because I do it quite often, and then I turn it back. As long as the cork stays wet, it's gonna come out, which means the bourbon's gonna stay nice and fresh. Because that wetness in the cork keeps the seal. If it gets dry, air is going to get in, and then it ages weird. Steve says, no problem, just for you. And then he sent some emoji. I can't see. It says, hands orange, covering eyes. Steve, I don't care what you say. I think you like watching the stream. Steve, just so you know, we're all friends here. You don't have to be weird. Oh, my camera must have just died. You don't have to be weird. We'll accept you regardless. Everybody pause. I'm gonna change the battery real quick. I can't be doing those single cameras. They just don't work for me, you know? I wish I would like put a GoPro on when I do this stuff so you guys could see like how stupid it fucking looks back here. There we go. And we're cooking again. Josh says, started with some red breast a while ago, a few pours of Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, and some Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. Fuck, I may have fucked that. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. I haven't had the rye yet. I hate to say it. I saw it in the store the other day for a decent price. I should have fucking bought it, but I didn't because I just bought the bullet rye, and I was like, I don't want to have two ryes. So if I don't like either rye, I'm gonna be pissed because I'm not like the biggest rye fan, but I am getting into. I'm glad I bought that one. That one's my favorite rye right as of right now. I have the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, but I have it in a small bottle. I have it in the 375, and everybody goes, why? Right? They're like, why do you have a small bottle? Don't be a bitch, buy the big bottle. But I bought it because all the other ones were like 120 to 125 proof, and the small bottle is 133.3 proof, so it's a lot higher proof. So that's why I got this one, and it's good. I don't drink it a lot though, just because like I don't know, I just never feel like drinking it a lot of times. Josh says 12-year cask strength. B1-22 and B1-23. Sigma says, what time is it there? Currently, it is 1:21 as I'm reading that. AM. The morning time. That's not even last call at the bars, guys. Don't worry. Last call here in Florida is 2 a.m. Or, well, 1:45 to be honest, but that means what Josh is trying to say is that he's feeling it because he's drinking a lot of high proof whiskey tonight, is what he was trying to say. I can read through the lines. I get it. Yeah, the single barrel that moved to the rye. He's like, sounds good. I mean, I guess it sounds good. If you're into like that late night kind of thing. What time is it your time, Sigma? Daniel E says mixers is so hard and hit so hard and miss for me. Like hit, oh, so hit and miss for me. My bad. Fucking apparently I can't fucking read. Daniel, me too. Sigma says gotta go bye. Hey, see you later. Appreciate you stopping by. Daniel, I mean, I would say like when I first got this bottle, I thought it was like the greatest thing ever, right? But as I'm drinking this pour, I'd say it's kind of like a little lackluster. You know, it doesn't have a lot going on to it. The finish is super quick, but I mean, it's not bad. It's just not amazing. Dead Girl says, nice beard. Appreciate it. It looks a little rough today. If you want to see it looking good, come back tomorrow at 8:45. That's when we go live. Sigma says PM. Oh, it's 11:22 PM his time. Okay, so he's in like the Cali area. Yeah, the beer looking rough today. Sorry, guys. Josh says, I'm not feeling no pain, as they say. Hey, I told you. I read through those lines with the barrel proof stuff. I get it. I've been there. Appreciate you stopping by. That's what we're here for, you know? Let me put this back. There we go. Dead Girl says, gentlemen. guess so. I don't know. 1122 sounds like Kansas. I don't know, maybe. Dino says, I've got one bottle. I thought it was phenomenal. Another that tasted like pure ethanol. Bardstown is where it's at. I mean, if you can't see them, I got Bardstown Single Barrel, which is one of my favorites. I got a Bardstown Rye. It's my second favorite rye. I mean, I have a bunch of Bardstown stuff like mixed in, but those are just Bardstown like Origin Series. But yeah. That girl says, I always appreciate a nice beard. I mean, it is good. I'm not gonna knock myself off my high horse, but it's a good beard. Got a few grays. Could use good like conditioning right about now, but we're here for it. Sigma says no the Rockies. Sigma, are you in Colorado? Before you go, just answer that one question. That's all. Excuse me, boys. I keep coughing. Keep coughing today. Bringing that comment on stream just so everybody knows. Hey, nice beards in the chats. Josh is like, I'd like to try that Bardstown Armorata, whatever. All the Bardstowns so far that I've had are really good. The biggest downside of the Bardstowns are fairly expensive. Sigma said no, Utah. Oh, I love Utah. I love going to Zion. That's my literally favorite place in the world right now. He said why? Because everybody else in the chat's from Colorado, so I was just curious, but I love Utah. I went to Utah on my honeymoon, and it was phenomenal. We went to Zion, went to Arizona, went to Page, Arizona. What is it? Antelope Canyon, and that's where I got my first photo published in a magazine there. It was super cool. But yeah, no, these Bardstown bottles are like 75 to 80 bucks a piece, and then they only get more expensive from there. So that's why I don't have like a bunch of them, because I'm sure they're good, but I don't care to spend that much more money on it, on a bottle. Makata says, Tuxedo, I picked you at the Catalina wine mixer. It's that freaking Catalina wine mixer. Danielle says, not me. I don't picture you at the Catalina wine mixer. I picture you at the Canadian maple syrup mixer. Snapping necks and cashing checks. Cha-ching, baby. Are you referencing Ricky Bobby right now? Or Step Brothers? Did we just become best friends? You don't know what that is, Tuxedo? Oh my God, bro. All right. We're cruising on 2 hours. Kid's gonna wake up somewhat soon. So I'm gonna finish this pour. I'm gonna let you guys pick the last pour of the night. All right. So anybody that knows what I have, just pick it out. You guys can vote if we, yeah. He's like, you never seen Step Brothers? Makata, these are common folk apparently. Sigma said, before I go, have you ever had fry sauce? I guess not. I don't know what fry sauce is. Danielle said, laugh my ass off. I was waiting for something maple syrup. Yeah. My buddy went up to the Canada for a cruise. He like left out of wherever, one of the ports in Canada, and then and he kind of did like an Alaskan type of cruise, and I stopped at a few Canadian ports, and he got me like one of those mini maple syrups. I will say it is fucking bomb. Josh Fitz says high proof, of course. Okay, well, I'll pull out the high proof stuff. So let's say I have not everybody start screaming at once, right? Don't all freak out. I got a Bardstown. This is a Bardstown single barrel, which is very much natural bourbon flavors. It's vanilla, caramel, with like some chocolate notes in it at 126.8 proof. We have Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, which is 133.3 proof. I already had the cask strength Still Austin, so we'll go cask strength Redwood Empire, which is 116 proof. And what is that, 110? Or 116.8 for the rare breed. Those are all kind of higher proof. I'm sure I have other stuff, I'm not gonna dig them out. Sigma says, it's a Rockies thing. Ketchup and mayo mix, you eat it? Hell no, I don't like ketchup or mayonnaise. And I'm also a Marlins fan. I don't like the Rockies, if we're talking baseball. I'm from Miami. Like, I eat like weird shit. Makata says, go big for your lady pour, bro. My lady pour? I meant I said last pour. Oh, he said last. My lady pour. Sigma, true it sometimes. Daniel says, Sigma, I do that sometimes. Oh, he said try it sometimes. Josh Fitz says, JD all the way. For the first one. So Danielle says this, Josh says JD. I may go JD, but to be honest, the JD is probably my least favorite out of these. If I had to go favorites, I'd probably go Bardstown. Fuck, I don't know. It's a toss-up between these two. No, the zone. I get it, the area. All right, what do you guys think? You guys just name off one of these. You got Wild Turkey, Redwood Empire, Jack Daniel's, and Bardstown. I'll let me know in the chat real quick while I finish this pour. The favorite? The issue with it being the favorite, right, is it's clearly the lower bottle comparatively. Like, you can tell like which one I've drank the most. Tuxedo says, I go with the JD. It's all in the bottle shape. Sigma says, NL, you have? Danielle, you have? Question mark? Danielle's from Canada. She has weird stuff all the time. Josh says your favorite again. Yeah, people do here, Sigma. Canadian. All right, so let's go ahead and take out the Wild Turkey. Because nobody said that yet, right? And let's go ahead and take out the Redwood. Because it's probably the best that I don't talk about Redwood Empire again for a little bit. Because I talk about them all the time. I even talked him to the fucking master blender of Still Austin. Y'all could have warned a brother. She's basically in Edmonton if you're curious. Basically. She's a big Oilers fan apparently. I know, right? Danielle's like, I got that free healthcare. Shut up. Meanwhile, I just took out like a second mortgage for the kid. She's like, I'm about an hour from Toronto, depending on traffic. Danielle, do you know who Peter McKinnon is? Sigma said valid. And she's like, Tux, me too. Tux, me too. This hits close to home. But he was, I don't know if it's like that in chat. She's like, I'm actually a Toronto fan. Debatable. Sigma said something like that. Bro, when we went to Utah, so for my honeymoon, we went to Vegas, right? Flew into Vegas. We did 3 days in Vegas, right? And it was our first time there, me and the wives, and we did a bunch of stupid shit, right? We stayed at the Paris, we casino hopped, we food hopped. It was honestly one of my favorite trips I'll ever go on. I rented a car, and then we drove to Utah. We went to Zion. Got a helicopter tour, went around Zion, we hiked Zion, and then we stayed at a hotel, kind of bougie little Marriott. Woke up early in the morning, drove to Page, Arizona, did a Antelope Canyon tour in the morning, did a dune buggy tour towards the night for sunset, stayed at another bougie hotel. I had some banging fried chicken in Arizona, then drove to the Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, and then back to Vegas, all within the next day. Josh says, been to Canada once, drove to Prince Rupert, awesome country. If I ever go to Canada, it's going to be to one place only, and that's going to be Banff. Mikata says Jack Daniels bottle is a grower, not a shower. Hey, I think we all are, you know? Plexio says I'm ready, fist up, kind of laugh face. Actually, the emojis look really strong. Bro, they got a good grip on the emojis. All right, let's do Jack Daniels, because you guys kind of voted on Jack Daniels. I know Josh said my favorite, but he's also drinking Jack, so I'll drink Jack with him. I think that's kind of fitting, you know? Save the Bardstown anyway. And it's the highest proof one here, so. Right? Highest proof? Highest proof? Highest proof. Yeah, it's probably the highest proof one I have. 133.3. Look how that bottle has a great personality. Hey, it does. It's the funniest bottle in the room. Best smile. Nobody judged my Jack Daniels. It's almost as big as my Glen. You'd think this bottle would be lower just simply based off of that, but that's not how that works. This bottle, oh fuck, the kid's waking up. Move, ooh, that was kind of a good pop. Move the stream along a little bit. Ooh. Fuck, he's gonna wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, if the kid wakes up, I'll probably shut it down. Just because we're already kind of cruising on the end of the night anyway. But make sure, if you're just tuning in, make sure you subscribe. We appreciate everybody that does. Also, make sure you turn the bell on. We're going to go live tomorrow at minimum at 8:45. We may go live earlier. We may watch the fights. Makata's going to tune in. He's going to call in too. We're going to bet with him and the wife. He doesn't know that yet, but he's now finding out with you guys. So Makata's going to call in, and we're going to gamble our life savings away. Daniel says, I think I'm the only person that doesn't like JD. Yeah, probably. That one's got some heat to it. But it's delicious, though. That's the issue, right? It's like it's a little hot, but it also has tons of flavor. For anybody tuned in, I'm obviously on dad duty still. So like I got the kid pulled up. He's been fidgeting around in there. He's been asleep for like almost 4 hours, so it's about time for him to feed, so. Tuxedo says, I love to see others thrust themselves into financial turmoil. Are you talking about me buying a bunch of bottles, or what are we talking about? Happy Gilmore in the chat says, been sober 5 years. Congratulations, bud. That is a big milestone. Love the Monstar picture too. I mean, we're drinking on stream, so maybe that's probably not the best stream for you to watch, unless like you kind of like living vicariously. But feel free to live vicariously through me because I love to have a good time. Makata says, calling in tomorrow, my friends. Perfect. Make sure the wife's ready too with her parlay. I take nothing less because I'll need the parlay because I'm not looking that shit up. Hey, boys, hang on real quick. Let me go see if the wife wants me to feed or if she wants to feed him real quick. And I'll be back to shut it down regardless. So I'll be right back. Cat, watch the chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The wife is up. She's feeding Junior, and yeah, we're ready to rock and roll for a while. Tuck says, I mean the betting, LOL, and I was just kidding. Makata says, morning drinking with Tux tomorrow. He better be calling in tomorrow too. He's the best of the parlays. Daniel says, I gotta see this. Tuck says, LOL, you know what, Makata, I'll get started early. How are you gonna feed? Me? I'm with a bottle, bro. Bro, the wife pumps and she feeds him. We got milk for days. It's all we got in the freezer at this point. Tuck says, hell, even if I were a baby, I prefer the broad. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't. Ain't no way the baby is letting call me old-fashioned feed me. Hey, there ain't shit to latch on to. I mean, I got some titties, but there's nothing in there. He's like, must keep the peeps entertained. Imagine being fed as a baby, LOL. I'd be way too picky. Tuck said, hey, this isn't whole milk. I want a refund. Makata says, you can't milk anything with nips. Haven't you seen the Meet the Parents? Bro. I don't think I should. Josh says, wow, just found another bourbon channel and things were getting weird and not about bourbon. Josh, I mean, I'd love to say like that isn't my channel as well. You'll have like Steve or Steven pop on here, Josh, and they'll be asking to buy my wife's farts, her friend's farts. It gets fucking weird. It's just like, I don't know why. But I'm more upset that you left our channel and went to another bourbon channel. So, thanks for calling yourself out, cheater. Tater says, yummy chocolate milk. Bro, Tater dog, killing me. He's like, we like to get freaky. I mean, we like to get a little weird here too. But I also think like, I don't know if you guys saw that comment, by the way, Tuxedo Cat. I think it's more directed at you because it couldn't be me. Mad Men in My Vision says, stick to clear vodka forever. I don't do vodka anymore. When I do vodka, like weird shit happens. So I like my brown. I like my dark liquor. I don't like to like party. I like to just kind of take it easy, have a couple drinks, nothing too violent. Vodka is kind of violent, you know. One moment you're drinking a vodka and Red Bull, next moment you're waking up on the beach in your underwear. So careful. Tuxedo, what I was saying is the guy that commented says, I don't care for your live streams. Because it was on the video, it may be hidden because there's a lot of curse words in it. But the PG version was, it's like, hey, I don't care for your live streams. They go sideways real quick. A lot of things happen to make it super weird, so I don't even bother watching. And I was like, it's gotta be Tux. Josh says, clear spirits are so 1990s. Yeah, they were. Dan says, I like to drink wine only now. I used to drink wine only to begin with. Me and the wife, that's how we started. Is we start drinking wine, get a little buzz. We watch Harry Potter or some stupid ass movie and have a good fucking time. But now, like, I don't know. I just like a good whiskey or a good bourbon. I like to just kind of hang out and chill. I don't like to do anything too crazy. I also really enjoy the craft of somebody making it. So I kind of nerd out with this stuff. So I appreciate y'all being here though. Thanks for popping in. Tux says, oh yeah, that's me, LOL. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people just don't like live streams because we get weird in here, or they do and that's why they're here, but I don't really care, to be honest. I forgot it was a Jack Daniels for a second. This shit's hot. 1 second. Uno momento. Just switching them out. Switching a thing. So, regardless, if you're new, feel free to subscribe. We go live every Friday at 8:45. We'll be live tomorrow, which is quote unquote today, Saturday-ish, at 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe earlier if you guys like watching UFC fights. I may go live earlier. But that may not be, so just so everybody knows, like for the UFC fights, I may do that shit on my phone in the living room. Josh says, don't get me wrong, I like dark humor. Josh, I will say, like, the dark humor here gets weird sometimes. So, it's weird. Just, not from me. It's never from me. I'm perfectly normal. It's the chat that gets weird. And then sometimes I entertain it, but whatever. Makata says, Tuxedo, don't know why I vision you being a big boss / president for a huge corporation and come in here to relax. You might be my boss. Oh, Makando's actually, or fucking Jesus. Tuxedo Cat's actually on Undercover Boss right now. Didn't you see the live stream? He sent in one of his assistants, some Chinese Bill fan, and said, hey, get on this live stream, pretend you're me, hold up a Penelope, they'll believe you. Tuxedo says some shady overseas company that is very sensitive of its finances. Yes. It's like my wife is getting her picks ready for tomorrow. Hey, I'm sending the house on our first 10 picker. So I'm sending everything I got in the account. Beal Burt says, man, you are up late. Where are you in the U.S.? Yeah, it sounds bad. I'm in Florida. It's currently 1:51 my time as I'm reading that comment. It's late, but I also started the stream kind of late. Normally I go live at 8:45. I went live after the Florida Panther game, after we got our fucking ass kicked. So we're just kind of hanging out. Normally I go live earlier and we do kind of like reviews and stuff like that. We kind of do some more professional stuff, but now we're just kind of hanging out. But Beal Burt, yeah, we like to stay up late and have a good time. I'm also a new dad, so my kid stays up late and I watch him, so that's why. Makata, what do I call the wife? Mrs. Makata? Mrs. 805? God damn, there's a lot of pressure to go live at 12 in the afternoon, though. Who's even on the prelims? Like, if there's like nobody, we may need to rethink this. Let me check the prelims. We do got, oh wait, oh that's Fight Night. Yeah, let me see. We got Chango Lee. I don't know who that is for his XO Long. Don't know them. Kai Hung O Kang. Fuck, he's a bunch of nobodies, bro. Jared Gordon. That's a name I can pronounce. He's an underdog though. He's fighting Russian probably. Bro, the only fight that matters is Robert Whittaker tomorrow. So, I mean, that's a weird card to bet too. Josh says, what's your watch you're wearing? Me? This is just an Apple Watch. I have a bunch of watches though. I have a decent collection, I'd say. But this is just a basic Apple Watch. It's probably even dead. No, it's not dead, but it's close enough. Beal says, man, she says, how do you like that B-Town Origin bottled and bond? Just got it from a gas station, local to me. Congrats on the kid, man. Cheers. Appreciate the kid stuff. Thank you. It means a lot. Bardstown Origin Series anything is delicious. There's not been one Bardstown Origin Series that I've had that is not good. I have a single barrel back here, and I have the rye. The rye was my favorite rye up until I had the Bullet 12 year, and the single barrel is probably one of my favorite higher proof whiskeys that I currently own. Yeah, Bardstown makes great shit. It's just the easiest way you can put it. Makata says Tux equals El President of the chat. He is the man with the wrench. Tuxedo says, LOL, yep. Still waiting for my wrench admin. Tuxedo, to be honest, like I know how to do it, but I don't know how to do it at the same time. So like, you gotta bear with me. Makata says Elizabeth. That's my wife's name. Do we have the same wife? What's happening here? Do I call her Liz too? Beth? E? What? E-M? Tuxedo says, no way, Makata. Same wife's name. Yeah, I just said that. Bro, weird, right? That's crazy. Makata's like, my actual name is Call Me Old Fashioned. This one, Beelbert, this is Blanton's. Can't see my screen. This is Blanton's. This is probably like one of the most hyped up bottles you can possibly find. It's good, but it's nothing like, I wouldn't like call home about it. If you mean this one, this honestly cost me more money than that one. This is Hibiki. Hibiki is a Japanese whiskey. It's low proof, it's good, but like it's got its place in time, just not every time type of thing. Blanton's is good, but it's more hype than it is good. So I paid 110, 120 for that bottle is way too much. My guy says, no Liz, she'll hang up. Queen Elizabeth. Got it, Queen Elizabeth. If I call my wife Beth, she'll like punch me in the face, so. Beal says, no, you're right. Bottom shelf. My right is over here. I mean, my right over here is Russell's 10-year. Russell's Reserve Single Barrel Select, 110 proof. Bullet Rye, Wild Turkey, Kentucky Spirit, Jack Daniels. And if you come over here, we got Bardstown Single Barrel, Bardstown Rye, Jim Beam, 7-year age black, Early Times Ballin', Heaven Hill, Ballin'. Damn, Tux, you just gonna throw out some bad juju like that? Don't do that. You got Queen Elizabeth over here drawing up our fucking picks, bro. Bro, this is almost dead too. Josh says, not a Bullet fan, but that 12-year is pretty good. The 12-year is my favorite rye. I don't know why. It's just delicious. It's so good. I like Bullet. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like a Bullet hater or anything like that. I'm just not the biggest rye fan in general. Like, I like ryes, but I don't like high ryes or just ryes. What is this? This is like 95%, something like that. Yeah, 95% rye. The other is like a 95% rye. Did that camera die? Oh, I need to switch batteries again. 1 second. Oh, 1 second. Bro, how did my batteries die opposite of each other? Doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. But yeah, no, that Bullet Rye is really good. The 12-year age, the age on it just makes it that much better. Makata says, I'm bald. Okay, I need to pick out my best toupee for the stream tomorrow. I'm gonna sport the rug. I mean, you don't have to. It's totally up to you. But if you want to, I mean, I wasn't gonna call you out if I saw it or anything. If that's why you said that. Bill Burt says it was the bullet. Bottle kind of looked a little weird. Love Blanton's, but the regular just gets way, single barrel. But the regular just gets way overpriced. Yeah, it does. I bought this bullet early in this channel's history, and I paid $110 for it because you just don't find a lot of this stuff here in Florida. Like if you do, it's secondary, right? And normally I find it for like 150, 175, and I was like, I'm not paying that. And I found it for 100, and with tax, like 110, so I got it. And it's what I drank on New Year's, and that's why I got it. And it's good, but it's not like the end all be all by any means. It's definitely not worth 110 bucks. I'd much rather have any of these Redwoods, the Wild Turkey, the Bullet 12, fucking damn, the Jack, the Bardstown, the Jim Beam 7. I'd rather have a lot of things over that Blanton's. Like, it's good. It's just, with Blanton's, I always give the same example every time, so everybody gets annoyed with the same story. But when you spend more money on something, you kind of like, you expect more, you know? I went to Hell's Kitchen one time, and I spent $500 on a dinner. Going in, I was expecting Gordon Ramsay to come over and like lick my plate and be like, this is everything. I spent 500 bucks and it was just good food, right? It wasn't anything, I would never go back, but it was more of an experience. And I think that's what kind of Blanton's is on now. It's all hype and the experience of saying, hey, I have Blanton's. But besides that, it's just okay. So, Josh says, picked up Evernorth Spirits Walker 2 and Night Stalker 2, both very good. I don't even know what those are, to be honest. Makata said, no man, bald and bearded and proud. Just need to brace myself for Tux firing shots. Tuxedo came on stream in a ski mask and a Bills like windbreaker. He couldn't even talk shit if he wanted to. But he showed his eyes and he came on just like this, right? Just kidding. He did, bro, you couldn't see his hair. You couldn't see his chin. You just see Bills gear. That was even worse. I don't like the Bills, if anybody can't tell. So he couldn't talk shit. If you wear a toupee and it falls off, though, I may say something. Just saying. Like if it just flies off like midstream, I may be like, what was that? Real quick, let me swap this out real quick. Bill Burt says, that's not too bad around me. I got Blanton straight from the barrel from a raffle win. My buddies and I killed it in about 20 minutes at a New Year's Eve party. Didn't realize what I had at the time. See, that's where like things get crazy, because like I like to bring a bottle to the friend's house, and I did bring this over once, right? That's why it's a little bit lower, and we made old fashions out of it. Now that's the whole point of me in the channel, is I want to find the best old fashions, but like making 3 old fashions out of Blanton's is stupid. It's definitely better straight up, but the I don't know. If you got straight from the barrel and you guys just killed it, hopefully you enjoyed it, but at the same time, you may have been taking shots and stuff. It may have been good shots, but it probably was a waste of money. Guy said, oh damn. I'm here for it. I love Tuxedo. He's everybody's favorite, so I like to make fun of him. Plus, he could call in at any time. He's the only one with the calling link, so. Tuxedo said, did I just hear Tux slander while I was cooking some rice-a-roni? I mean, you can call in and find out if you want to, but I mean, I guess you could say I was talking shit in a good way. I was more talking shit about your Bills gear, to be honest, but Bert says, recently I got a Woodford's batch proof. Woodford's like barrel proof. 121.2 proof from the same gas station for $69.99. They forgot the one in the price, and my friend hit the roof when he heard the price. We drank it neat, just like 15 guys. That's fucking awesome. I want it. I want that bottle, but I'm not going to pay that kind of money for it, even though I think it would be really good. Josh says, wow. Beal says, for the Blanton, that's it. Yeah, I mean, you kill it, you kill it. Just for the housekeeping stuff real quick, guys, if you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We go live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Talk about bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old-fashioned stuff. Feel free to subscribe. Make sure you turn the bell on too. We go live random times as well. Like tomorrow, we may go live early, do some gambling stuff. We'll go live tomorrow night too at 8:45 to kind of make up for today since we watched the Panthers game. But hit the bell, hit the subscribe, like the stream. Say what's up. That's what we're here for. So have a good time. Beal says the batch is delicious, just not 150 MSRP. What I really want is I want two things. I want the Woodford's double oak, which I hear is delicious. And then I want a Woodford's double oak barrel proof. I want a Woodford's double oak that's like 116 proof. 16.5 proof. It's like, just give me that, you know? I'm not asking for much. Josh says, I'm hunting for Garrison Brothers. And Garrison Brothers Cowboy. They have Garrison Brothers all around here. I don't care to pick them up though. All of them are super expensive, like 100 plus. And until, I mean, I should have went to this, they had this festival here in Jacksonville recently. It was called Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue. It looked a lot of fun, but I couldn't bring the kid because of the sun. There's no shade, so I was like, for me, it would just not be a good time. Maybe next year. But they had Garrison Brothers out there sampling all this stuff. And if I got to sample it, maybe I'd buy it. But without trying it, I'm not spending that kind of money. Unless somebody's just telling me I have to buy it. Like if it becomes super duper hyped and it's the bottle to get, then maybe. But Beal Burt says, what's your thoughts on smoking old fashions? Usually don't drink them, as I don't like cherry. Oh God. But my wife got a cocktail smoker for Father's Day. First, my old fashions that I make are heavy cherry. Love cherries. But like I like a Woodford's Old Fashioned, right? The bitters I use is an orange, Woodford's bitters, and the smoked cherry bitters. I guess you could do without the smoked cherry bitters and add in like the aromatic bitters. But then I also put a cherry in with like a half a spoonful of the cherry juice, which you could probably substitute for, I don't know, like an orange, right? And then, but yeah, I do think smoking an old fashioned does elevate it. No matter where you're at or what you have in there, unless you just have like a cigar blend or like a super smoky bourbon, that smoking factor just elevates it just a little bit more, in my opinion. But I also like smoke, like I like cigars, I like all that stuff. So if that's not your jam, that maybe not the move. But for me, I do like it. Josh says I had a chance to taste Four Roses, 135th, and both Garrisons I thought were all three awesome. Keep that in mind. Maybe I pick up like one bottle and just kind of test it out, see what it's like. Test the waters, maybe on the cheaper side. Dip my toe in, if you will, and then maybe move from there. Michael, aka Skateboarding, says, what's your favorite drink? Michael, I don't know if you saw the name of the channel, but the name of the channel is called Call Me Old Fashioned. My favorite drink in general is an old fashioned cocktail. But I do like bourbon straight up, whiskey straight up too. But an old fashioned would be my favorite like cocktail. Moses says, I'm drunk right now. Moses, came to the right place. Welcome. Get some water though. Have at least a glass of water while you watch. Maybe some Advil. And if you have it, like a grilled cheese sandwich. Just saying. So be you right up. Or at least no hangovers. The trick is, when you're drinking, is to drink a lot of water. Michael says, by the way, I'm underage. Well, Michael, I mean, nothing wrong with learning about bourbon or anything like that, but I will say, as much as I love having you here, it's probably not the stream for you, especially this one, right? This one's more of just like a hangout, drink, talk the shit. But if you're underage, you know what I mean? Like, probably not for you. But the dog is cute in your picture. Big Bob says, LOL. Big Bob says, are you ready for your sandwich? Kia. Mad Men in My Vision says, I drank 8 Coors Light from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I don't know if you're trying to flex on me or if you're trying to say that you're taking it slow today, but I'm going to take it as you're drinking slow today. So I usually drink at least 4 or 5 waters when I wake up too, so I'm just kidding. Moses says, I drank some IPAs and now I'm drinking Modelo. IPAs will do you in, bro. IPAs will finish you off, and that's where that's why I don't drink beer a lot. So Josh says, I still need to try an old fashioned here. There's very good, but never been into mixed drinks. Josh, just to give you an idea what an old fashioned really is, if it's made properly, it's really just a fancy way to take a shot, right? It's a big shot, right? Because it's like 2.5 ounces or 3 ounces, depending on where you go. But think of it, it's just bourbon with a little bit of bitters, a little bit of sugar, maybe a cherry or an orange, or both, and some smoke. But that's it. It's a fancy way to drink a shot. And for me, like when you're first starting out, I think an old fashioned is a good way to start out because you can ease your way in. You're not just drinking high proof shit right out the gate, just blowing your taste buds out. But that's just a me thing. Tuxedo says, Michael, you should try a Roy's Roger. Michael says, honestly, don't really care. I drink a little bit too. I live life on the edge. Michael, how old are you? Question mark. Madman says, wild turkey with eggnog around a fire pit with steaks and pine trees. Hey, that sounds like a good time. I'm just saying. Moses says, IPAs will level you, but hit some bumps. Unless he says, I will hit some bumps. That sentence can go so many different ways. IPAs will fuck you up. If you're hitting some bumps, maybe don't do that and just like go to sleep and just relax. But if you're hitting some bumps, then maybe drink a little bit more whiskey then. I don't know. I don't know how to give you advice on that part. You're probably not even looking for advice on that part. You know more than I do. Guys, if you are just tuning in, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do go live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll be live tomorrow as well, 8:45. We are also going live early. Tomorrow we're going to do a call-in show. Makata's going to call in. His wife's calling in too. We're going to do a little parlay on the UFC fights. We're going to try and gamble a little bit. Dollar at a time, dollar at a time. Makata says, Tuxedo, what time we start tomorrow? Well, fights start at 12. I'm going to say I'm not going to make it for 12. 12 is probably a little too early for me. Not because of me, but you never know. I'll keep you updated on that. But let's just say 1 at the latest, right? That's going to move us past 1 to 2 of those fights, if that. But I imagine a wife may want to sleep in a little bit, so I may have to watch the kid, and I'm not going to go live that early watching the kid. I like watching him now when he's sleeping. That's okay for me to drink, but I won't do it like midday. Tuxedo says, anytime, LOL. I got all 3 time in my world. I got all the time in the world. I'm the CEO, remember? Michael says, what's the dumbest thing you ever done? You ever done? Oh, fuck, that's a hard question, Michael. I've done a lot of dumb shit. My life's full of dumb shit. Michael, I think that's a question maybe for a different day. And the reason why is because nobody here knows who I actually am. They don't actually know my real name. I have a full channel on YouTube with all the dumb shit I used to do. And when they find that, I think that's the day to talk about that. But until they find that, I don't really want to go over it. But I'm in Florida, Mad Men. I'm in Jacksonville / St. Augustine, Florida. Makata says shooting for 10 a.m. Pacific time. 10? Yeah, 10 a.m. That's 1 p.m. my time. Moses says, hey, Tuxedo Cat just wanted to mention that I have a cat named Tuxedo, but we call him Tux. If I ever own a cat, his name will be Tux, by the way, too. So I may call him Tuxedo, but I'm in the same boat. That's where we're going with. I probably won't ever own a cat, though. Look. Michael says, I'll tell you that dumb shit I were done. But I'm sure he's saying I'll tell you some dumb shit I've done. I'm a little older. But I've lived like of all the people I know, I've done some crazy shit. Most of this shit would get me fucking in trouble even saying it, so I probably won't say a lot of that stuff. Tuxedo says, that's adorable. Automatically gets passed in my books. All right, famworm. Big Bob says, I was supposed to be a cat. He was supposed to be a cat. Tubes were tied. Everything was tied up. Poof. There he comes. Michael says, I bombed a hill on my skateboard. I got speed walls, hit my head on the side of the curb, fractured my skull, got knocked out, major concussion. Michael, I'm not saying that's not crazy, because that's a little crazy. Definitely not what I thought you were meaning, though, because my stories would be a lot worse than that. Not from like an injury standpoint. I don't get injured a lot, but like I've done some fucking crazy shit. Moses says, Big Bob, like reincarnation? No, Moses Big Bob is actually my brother. He's at work right now, so he won't call in, but he was supposed to be a cat. We weren't supposed to have a third sibling there, and now we do. But fellas, I think it's time to end this stream. I think if we're gonna have any chance of trying to start any kind of early tomorrow, I think it might be time to end the night. You know, start early, fresh tomorrow. Watch the fights, Kids getting put down now. Katie in the chat says, hey dudes, welcome. You always show up super late. It's like 2 a.m. Maybe 1 a.m. your time, but I'm not gonna repeat that, Tux, but that's fucking funny. All right, fellas, let me go ahead and end this stream. I'm gonna go check in with the wife, make sure that she's good with the kid and all that stuff. And Tater says, have a good night and bless the weekend. Call me old fashioned and peoples. Tater Don, we're going live tomorrow, so make sure you tune in tomorrow as well. Makai says, see you tomorrow, bro. Michael says, what's some good advice for high school? I never even went to high school, Michael. I dropped out in 7th grade. Got my GED, been on my own ever since. All right, fellas, I'm gonna end this stream. You guys have a good rest of your night. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Turn the bell on. We're gonna go live early. We're gonna do some gambling, some UFC watching. May not be in this setup. I may go live on my phone where it's a lot easier. But make sure you tune in regardless. We're gonna have some fun. And yeah, let's crank the music. Let's cue the outro, and I'll see you boys tomorrow.